What's up, Internet? Welcome back to Citizen Sleeper 2. In the last episode, we did a job went wrong. We started a mutiny on a ship, but the job went correct at the end, but it left some scars. We're about to leave Wellspring, which is currently our farthest point on the Starward belt, but before we do that, let's use some of our nice rolls here, maybe reduce some stress. So let's see, what happens? We have actually not used this option at all yet, but let's see what happens. Recovery failed, just straight fail. Okay, so that's fine. Cool, negative stress is good. Okay. Let us... Ooh, we also have 2 points. We can investigate that in a second. So there's nothing really up here, which is fine. Do we owe... We don't owe a meal. We could do a shift, which would be nice. Oh, I'm also going to need, like, supplies. Fuel is full. Supplies. Yeah, we should probably get some supplies. And then... yeah. Okay. So let's quickly work. Let's work 2 shifts. Why not? Okay, we lost some energy, but that is okay. Let's get to... I guess we could buy food, but food would take up most of the money I just made, which is, I guess, the eternal paradox, right? But let's just go to home. Let's reduce this last piece of stress, and then so we're back, completely back. Wonderful. Okay, so yeah, let's earn cryo. I think we move. Let's get out of here. Now, the question is, where do we go? Because Flotsam, where are our drives taking us? So we should go to Helion Gate. We also want to go to the scatter yards. Helion Gate, though, is a little bit too far. So technically, we should probably go back to the far spindle. I think that's fine for us. Let's do it. Back to the far spindle we go. Probably gonna have to work a couple cycles and then get enough money to go the other direction. The rig glides safely through a debris cloud, the cockpit empty apart from you and Seraphin. So, Sleeper, I've been thinking. Seraphin gives you a sly look over his shoulder. I've been thinking. I'm sick of running. We didn't exactly choose it. Maybe that was true when we first got out, sure, but I think we've been choosing it since. I mean, even if we want to keep going the way we have been, we've run out of the belt, beyond Wellspring. It's mostly rocks and emaciated scavengers, and well, I'm a city boy at heart. But not only that, Seraphin meets your eye, we've been building something here, Sleeper. The crew, the ship. He smiles. Hell, we just got this HasNav suite for free. He thumps the new unit on top of his flight console. What I'm asking is, how do you feel about taking Lane on? Tell me more. You've seen what's happening in Wellspring, what Tal is doing. He shakes his head. Kirk is a fool, but he's onto something. Get on the inside, organize, undermine. That I can get on board with. I like the sound of that. I bet you do, Seraphin smiles. He's enjoying this. Just think about it, Sleeper. We find a way back onto Darkside, quietly. We make some connections, we start something running. He turns back to his console. It'd be one hell of a thing. Utsubo are ruthless. The way they run Darkside, there's gotta be plenty of people fed up with them. Seraphin shrugs. And they've gotten worse under Lane, worse since they pushed the other gangs out. You smile and shake your head at how fast Seraphin can bounce back when he wants to, and as you do, you can't help but consider his plan. Look, maybe it's crazy, but we need a safe harbor either way. I've got a connection in the scatter yards. He'll tuck us away, keep us quiet from everyone. You see Seraphin has coin in his hand, and is turning it over between his fingers as he speaks. If we want, maybe he can help us get into Darkside. But even if we don't, it's a good place to rest up and make a plan. He turns back to the controls to deal with a rapid beep from the new HasNav unit. The scatter yards, you've heard of them. They have a reputation as a fiercely independent set of shipyards, just starward of Darkside, a hiding place right under Lane's nose. However, Seraphin looks at you with concern. Before we try anything drastic, we need to get that body of yours looked at. Stop stalling. Get a diagnostic run on your frame. His expression softens. We're here to back you up. Seraphin turns his focus back to piloting the ship. As you watch debris flip past the ship, you turn your focus to what's ahead. New drive available. Alright, I saw it. Seraphin comes charging into the bunks. I actually saw it. He's wild-eyed and his breath is ragged. Are you okay? Seraphin takes a moment to catch his breath, suddenly aware of how frantic he sounds. He squints at you. Have you noticed how supplies have been going missing every so often when we travel? I have. You suddenly recall the mysterious mess that was left behind in supply storage. Seraphin sees the flicker of recognition in your eyes. So after it happened a couple times, I decided to keep an eye on our supply store. Seraphin lowers his voice. Check it from time to time. And just this cycle, I drifted down there, really quiet, and whoosh, something flew past me. He shakes his head. Knocked me right into the wall. Something. I don't know, it came at me fast. Some kind of creature. Seraphin says the last word with an emphasis. Is there really a creature loose on the ship? You look around the berth, suddenly aware that something could be hiding nearby. Tucked into the vents, perhaps? We know this thing likes supplies, right? Seraphin is also glancing around for hiding places. So we lock them down tighter. Keep it out. That way it'll get desperate. And then... Seraphin raises a finger. It'll make a mistake. What are you talking about? Bliss leans in from the corridor. I can hear you all the way in the workshop. There's a creature in the ship. Bliss looks between the two of you with a raised eyebrow. A creature, are you sure? It's something small and dark. Something fast. Seraphin looks at Bliss. We're going to lock up the supplies to drive it out. Bliss looks at Seraphin. If it's an animal, we don't want to make it any more scared than desperate than it already is. How about we lock up the supplies but leave some out in a special place? Try to bait it. And then grab it. Seraphin mimes the act. No. Bliss looks between the two of you. We show it that it has nothing to fear. We tame it. Didn't seem very tameable. Seraphin rubs his sore ribs. Plus, we've wasted enough supplies on this thing. Do you want to give it more? What do you think, Sleeper? You look between the two of them, still processing the strange situation you find yourself in. Let's tame it. Seraphin sighs. What a waste. Alright, Bliss nods. You'll have to come down to the supply store every few cycles and put out some more food. That way it won't get desperate and do anything dangerous. And I'll lock the supplies up tight. Seraphin folds his arms. It won't get into them anymore. The plan's set. Bliss and Seraphin leave the berth, heading in separate directions. You watch them go. It seems your ship has a stowaway. The question is, how will you deal with it? Okay, so we're back on the hunt. Rig supply store. Seraphin wanted to provoke the stowaway into revealing itself. If it just gets hungry enough, it might just do that. So I want to... Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Hold on. Quit to menu. Hold on. We're going to go back. Because if that's just going to reset that clock, then I don't want to do that. But it's good to know that we should do that. Okay. Alright, we're back on the far spindle. Hello, old friends. Beltborn Venture. Yeah, so there's actually a couple things that we could do here still. So we have work that we could get, which is great. We want to fill the fuel. Maybe we just do that right away. Cool, we could get food. That's our ship. How about any of this other stuff? Scrap shift. That's a good shift. We could take that. Right, and we want to earn Nimbus trust a little bit, so maybe we do that too, see what that leads us to. This is almost basically dead. All right, cool. So let's use this 100% positive outcome. Nice, very good. Maybe let's work a little bit for some food. Oh, shit. Oh, wrong one. That's why. Cool. Let's see what happens here. Nice. The Zero-G kitchen is chaotic at first, but soon you see the patterns and processes and do your best to follow them. We have 2 1s right now, which isn't great, obviously. Is there something that's safer for me to do? I guess the Nimba one is the safe one, right? That's the safest it's gonna get. But I can make money kind of on all... Well, actually, this one increases it to a 2 at least, so let's try. cool. Okay, that's something. Any money is money. Cool. I like that. All right. Well, we're only gonna get so far here. No dice damage on push reroll. Reroll +1 dice. Yeah, I still think that the skills will help us more. I think increasing the skills at least to a positive, like if I could get these two to be increasing, I think we would be in a phenomenal shape. But yeah, let's keep going. So I want to do cryo, but I think supplies just in general is a good thing to do, but let's do fuel for now. End the cycle. I can't believe I'm playing this whole game handicapped with the one glitch. It's so crazy. Sleeper, you got a moment? Yu-Jin finds you in your berth. I have news about the Aphelion. Yu-Jin has a seriousness you rarely see etched into the hard lines of his face. You remember the ship he's talking about, the Aphelion Path, the last surviving interstellar fraction ship in the Helion system, if his stories are to be believed. I've been putting out some feelers for that little lost ship, and something came back. He glances around as if the information might leak to some unwanted source. I've been working with a contact of mine, a signal chaser working out of the Hollow. He's got some promising data. He followed the trails from the hidden wreck we found, calculated the possible vectors. If this thing is still in the Helion system, it's in the shoals. He folds his arms across his broad chest, watching your reaction. Do you trust the signal chaser? He sucks in a breath. As much as I trust anyone, I haven't told him exactly what we were tracking, just gave him the signature. There's a chance he hasn't figured it out, but the problem is the signal chaser's gone quiet. Nothing for a few cycles now. Yu-Jin shakes his head. Maybe he got wise to the value of what he found, but I doubt it. Maybe he just took a holiday. Yu-Jin grins at his own joke. I reckon we pay a visit to the Hollow, turn up my ghosted contact, and see how viable the data looks. Looks good. We go out and get the ship. Doesn't? He shrugs. No harm, no foul. The Hollow is a long way away, that's for sure, but with the contact going quiet, the coordinates might not be there for us to find if we take too long. That's all I got. Yu-Jin winks. Keep it between us, alright? We'll let the others know when we hit the Hollow. But remember what's at stake here, Sleeper. An interstellar ship, a ticket out of Helion. He pats you hard on the shoulder. It'll be worth it. With that, Yu-Jin drifts out of the bunks, whistling. New drive. So diagnose your frame. Yu-Jin is on the trail of whatever. Go to the Hollow. Okay, hold on. Wait. So where are we here? So we gotta locate a ship here. That's our next step. Right. There's a blockade here. Go away. Go away. Go away. Go away. Scatter yards. The Hollow's all the way here. Okay, so we want to get there eventually. It's going to be tough to get there, but we can try. We have to at least head to Greenbelt, but first we have to head through Helion Gate, which is fine. We can definitely do it. I don't think there's anything for us left here in the Far Spindle. Bait or starve the stowaway. Yeah, so multiple things in the scatter yards. We have to diagnose ourselves at the Hollow. Yeah, we have a lot of stuff going on here. Let's check our ship for a second. What does this look like? Yeah, and I guarantee that if I did this, yeah, it resets the stowaway fed. Okay. We'll keep that up as long as our wallet can take it. Let's top up on all of our supplies, and then we will head out. We don't need to stay here any longer, really. Let's fill up the fuel capacities. Let's just grab an extra supplies, just in case. And let's work the danger job. Not that one. Where's the other danger job? Is it this one? No. Although we probably will do that one too. Here it is. Nice. And then let's just try to earn a meal here. +1 energy. You annoy one of the chefs and they saddle you loading the auto wash. Okay. I mean, we have just ones and non-negotiables left, so I think we head out. To the belt, to Helion Gate, to the derelict Solheim checkpoint. Here we go. Helion Gate hangs over the rig. Its corroded arches resemble the dislocated vertebra of some of the vast, long-dead serpent. That's one big, ugly scrap pile, Seraphin whistles from the pilot seat. Solheim didn't like to build them small. It's kind of beautiful. Sure. Seraphin waves a hand at the gate in that morbid kind of way that dead things are. Gotta be big if you want to fit every ship that visits the system through it. Bliss cuts in from the back of the cockpit. Impressive, really, building something so massive out here. Solheim liked to impress visitors, sure. Seraphin leans forward, looking for the best place to enter the structure. But they also like to scan entire ships and impound those that didn't enter through the gate. Seraphin catches your eye, looking for some agreement. Not the most admirable qualities. Solheim was a curse on this system. Seraphin nods. Better off without him, that's for sure. I agree, but without them, the system would be just two gas giants and a load of rocks. No harm in recognizing it. You look out of the cockpit towards the gate, its layers of systems and rooms slowly opening to the void, peeling away cycle after cycle to reveal the bones beneath. This is where Jean-Mi mentioned you might be able to find the location of a ship with the prime ship mind, among the old shipping manifests and Solheim records. You look over the towering structure of the gate. This is gonna take some work. Suddenly, a flash high up on the gate catches your eye, a light turning off and on again for a moment. You lose track of it. Is this place inhabited? Seraphin raises an eyebrow. I doubt it. He winks and smiles. You hoping for a station-side bar? I have a feeling you'll be disappointed, unless we'll find an executive's old liquor cabinet. Bliss pats you on the shoulder and drifts out of the cockpit. Time to see what secrets the gate has left. Cool. Okay, so not too many spaces here. Power up the archive. One way to get the data you need from the archive is to power up the whole machinery of it, a daunting engineering task. Slower than turning on the entire archive, selectively extracting records is the safer and slower method to get what you need. Okay, and then what's this other one? Okay, explore the corridors. Dark corridors lead off into the abandoned facility with no map and no one to guide you. Picking a direction and following it is the only option. Once a bustling entry point, the customs hall was abandoned after the collapse. With some careful analysis, you could find what was left behind. Alright, so let's use our... Because surprisingly, the other two are pluses for us. So we can actually get away with not using our 6 there, and we can use it here. Cool, that's 3 already in the can. And then maybe we just plus up the ones here. Yeah, that looks good to me. Cool. And then... can't be too bad. Let's do the 4 here. Nice. Excellent. So we're halfway on both. And then I saw we've unlocked some new locations. Derelict fuel barge. Okay, so that's how we could scavenge fuel. The shattered, jagged old barge once carried a fleet's worth of fuel. With care and time, you may be able to scavenge some of it for your ship. Good to know. How would we get out of here anyway right now? Would we be able to go straight to Greenbelt? No. We'd have to go back to Far Spindle and then to Greenbelt, so we might have to do that regardless. Is there something that we're better at? I mean, we might as well. Let's see what happens. Okay, we lost energy, but that's okay. Oh, I see, though. We're not going to have... We don't have energy. Like, we don't have any way to replenish ourselves other than eating our own supplies. So that's important. Yeah, let's definitely keep ourselves scavenging fuel. Okay, here we go. End the cycle, I guess. Here we go. Next up. This almost feels like a mission. 5 and 5. Okay. Let's go with this one for a 5. There it is. After spending some time here, you are convinced you're not alone. But how to find the gate's residence? Hello. Okay, we got some extra stuff here. How about this other thing? Actually, let's not use them yet. Let's see what else is here. Most of the gate is corroded beyond use, but deep in the structure you can still find some good metal. The gate's networks collapsed long ago, but there's data to be found inside the old terminals and servers inside the structure. Okay. So that will allow us to get some stuff. Seized cargo. A mess of confiscated cargo stretches off into the darkness. The sight instills some fear, but perhaps there's still something here yet to be picked clean. So we need high rolls to be able to do that. Okay. Let's try... Let's not go so risky here. Cool. I'll take it. You managed to extract a few sets of records, but nothing mentions any ship-mind-equipped vessels. Alright, that's everything so far. We have a 5, though. So now, do I use the 5 on this? Where do I use my 5? Because it's going to get reduced. I think let's just start here and see what happens. Solheim data. Oh, right, we do need that, don't we? We need it for somewhere else. Okay, good to know. All right, we have to be careful with our supplies here, but I do want to maybe I wait one supply and then feed myself and the stowaway. We now have enough fuel, which is great, but I'm going to keep letting it go. I'm done with this cycle, so let's end it. Could be much better. Before I forget, I'm going to give this to the stowaway. We're probably going to need one, but I think I might wait one cycle just to do that. Okay, so I'm going to need our plus-ups here. Let's try to finish this out. I think we can do that decently easily. Okay, we lost energy. That's not good, but that's okay. We can... Nice. We have 1. All right, let's try to get a positive outcome here. Not great. Do I use my 5 here? I don't really want to. What else do I have here? The problem is I don't know what that's going to ask me, what that's going to lead to, right? And those don't have clocks, so it makes me a little nervous. I feel like I should just go straight positive. I think let's do that. You hear something in the dark. In the dark and airless void of the archives, something flickers. You've been working in the dark, picking through the guts of corroded machines, skimming the data in their corrupt memories, digging through a graveyard in search of ghosts. But now, with another flicker, the place begins to come back to life. All along the rows of benches, some of them crushed by fallen ceiling panels, terminals begin to flicker into uneasy life. A cacophony of distorted sounds accompany the machines, as some of them immediately glitch and spark. Did you do this? You stand frozen as the archive glitters around you with a million shipping entries. The stream of information is overwhelming. Node graphs drawing out routes and inventories, tracing a web around you in pale cyan. Suddenly, they all shut off. The terminals blinking out together, leaving a single translucent screen glowing softly in the dim room. And in that dim room, drifting towards you out of the dark, you see a figure. Is this what you're looking for? The voice crackles aggressively through your suit's local comms. Who are you? Oh. Sleeper, is that you? You hear Junie's voice now, tense and unsure. She stops beside the single online terminal, her suited form lit in pale light. Junie! You hear the smile in her voice. Good to see you again. She pauses and glances around, though the venue is a little unexpected. What are you doing here? I'm searching these archives, although slightly less forcefully than you. I did have this whole speech prepared for whatever salvager was ripping through these archives so messily, not to mention aggressively, but now that I know it was you, well, I'm just glad to see you. Although you really could be more careful. You could be more careful. You could have taken the entire archive down the way you were working with it. These machines are decades old. You can't just rifle through them like they were a scrap pile. I saw the patterns of your queries. A prime ship mind equipped ship, still operational at the collapse, last located in the region around Helion Gate. You could feel how pleased she is with herself here. That about right? Nicely done. She nods. Would you expect anything else? That's why I did the hard work for you. Junie beckons you over to the lone, lit-up terminal. You drift over and see a single point, a faded transit rail beside it, a sunward from the Helion Gate. Something like this, maybe? She smiles and steps aside so you can see the screen. You check the info pane beside the map. Ship mind in use. Abandoned by all hands after the collapse. Tantalizingly in reach. What can I say? Try thank you, Junie. But Junie turns, and in the glow of the terminal meets your eye with complete seriousness. The question is, what do you want it for? You explain about your body. You tell what John Mee told you about your shifting body transformed by some unknown influence, about the need for a prime ship mind to house your emulated mind while he runs a diagnostic process. She is silent for a moment, unsure how to respond. I'm sorry, Sleeper, but I think I can help you. I'd want to come with you. Junie gives you a strong look. Do you know how often someone gets out to one of those old Solheim wrecks? They're more trouble than they're worth, but contained inside there's an entire history to uncover. Uncover and take, do you mean? This isn't like last time, I promise. I have no interest in the ship mind, but everything else? It's too big a chance to pass up. I know I can't force you or trick you into taking me. That's why I want to offer you this instead. She indicates the terminal, still showing the ship's final resting place. I hope that, maybe, if I helped you find what you needed, it would show what I could be trusted. I trust you. She smiles. Thank you for saying so. I'll send the coordinates to your ship, and I'll be hanging around the gate until you're ready to leave. She shifts in front of the terminal and plugs in her deck, tapping away at rapid speed. If you need to go get supplies from the spindle or anything else, fine. She folds her arms. I'll wait. But if you go on this job without me, I'll get the message. She shrugs. You won't see me again. With that, you leave her in the archive, extracting data as you ascend back to Helion Gate's upper levels. Oh, okay, so we had a contract, which allots fuel but no supplies yet, but that's gonna change. We're probably gonna need some supplies. We might have to go and come back. Oh, this is dangerous. Okay. I don't want to get in the same exact place we were at the last time. Let's try to see if we could just scavenge some supplies, because I'm gonna need to eat now. Right, so here we go. So that's that. Now we have our... payment. I mean, do we just hit it? We have supplies for 3 days. I don't think that's going to be enough. What does it take for us to go and come back? Oh, I wish I could create a save state or something. I think we have to do... I think it's so important. I think we need to go to... Let's go to Helion. Let's go to Farspindle. Come back. It's annoying, and it's going to be way more money, but it's so much safer. Ah, shit. This is so hard, but I think this is what we got to do. We'll do it in the next episode, though. I'll see you when we do that. Give this video a like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. I'm gonna be thinking about this one for a minute. Oh.